Dear community members, Shabbat Shalom. This week's Parsha is Parashat Trumah. The purpose of building the Mishkan is that Hashem will reside among us. And as written, it doesn't say V'shachanti betocho, that it will reside in the building, in the tent, but rather V'shachanti betocham, that Hashem will dwell, reside amongst us, in our hearts, in our souls. How can we accomplish such a great goal? After all, Shechina, as Rabbi Sachs points out, Shechina is similar to the Hebrew word shachen, neighbor. How will God be a neighbor? How will he reside, dwell in us? We're not patriarchs, we're not matriarchs. How is this possible? Rabbi Sachs says that the answer is actually in the beginning of the Parsha. It says, V'yikchu li truma, they should take for me a donation. They should give. Out of the generosity of the heart, the truma should be given. If someone is giving, the giving flows from or brings us to the understanding that we are giving what we received, says Rabbi Sachs. Actually, only when you acknowledge the presence of God, when you understand that He created you, that you should be grateful for Him. If you understand this, then you're able to give. And that not only that enables you to give, but the giving itself strengthens within you, the fact, this acknowledgement that actually I'm giving because I was given to, because I received. I want to elaborate a little bit on that. In the Western world, we're used to the rights discourse. A person is born with rights. Now, this is very important. However, in Judaism, the basic understanding is that you're born obligated. You're born committed. If your view is not egocentric, but rather that you're a Jew, the word Yehudi, says the Sfat Emet, is because you are Yehudi mishum shemodim al haemet, because they admit, like the word Bidu, Hoda, we admit that Hashem created us and that everything is from Him. And that's why we're also modim lo, we're thanking Him, we're grateful to Him. So you're actually in a conscious and awareness of gratefulness. You don't walk here with a basic understanding that people owe me, that I deserve. The basic understanding is not that I deserve, but rather that I should be grateful and I should give. The giving flows from and enhances the understanding that I'm a giver, that no one owes me. Rather, I should be grateful to others, first and foremost to Hashem. That leads to a much better life, both in terms of quality of life. If someone doesn't think all the time that people owe him, but rather he is grateful for what he has, and he's willing, therefore, to give and to give generously. Not only that improves the quality of life, that is also a very, very basic standard for living moral life. We read this year Parashat Zachor together with Trumah. This is pretty unique. Usually we don't read Zachor with Trumah. I think that Amalek represents exactly the opposite of the picture of the Jew that we outlined here. Whereas the Jew lives according to the understanding of a V'yikchu li Trumah, and therefore there is a God with him, God resides in him, dwells in him, the Shachanti betocham. The Amalek's philosophy is that there's no God. V'lo yareh Elokim, it says. He attacks the weak nation without any awe, fear of God. There's no God in his life, no values in his life, only instincts, only egocentricity, only finding an opportunity to gain something and abusing the weak, exploiting the weak. This is Amalek. This is exactly the opposite picture, the contrast to V'yikchu li Trumah, me'et kol asher yidvenu libo yikchu trumati, giving generously, giving sacrificially, which is the idea of the Mishkan. And by that, we're zoche that Hashem is dwelling among us. Purim is upcoming. Purim is a holiday of giving. Shalach manos, gifts for the poor, bonding. Following the instructions, we will celebrate this Purim and try to increase the simcha, to increase our awareness of gratefulness for Hashem, for the miracles he does for us, the miracle of Purim and the miracles these days, and gratefulness for other people, thanking other people, bonding and giving to other people. And by that, by Bezrat Hashem, we'll create a better world, and Hashem will have mercy on us, and he will do v'na'afochu, he will turn everything to the good. Shabbat Shalom.